Hey, welcome back. I'm John.
And I'm joking. I've never. I haven't hit a speed bump while I was talking in such a long time.
Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Sierra.
And this is
And They Were Readers.
So today we're gonna do our March TBR in like a fun little different kind of way.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of content creators on this platform use the TBR jars, but because there's two of us, we've done it a little bit differently this month.
2 jars.
That's not the only thing. Instead of just writing a bunch of prompts that you've gotten from the internet or I don't know how people do it actually, but we wrote each other prompts for our jars. Yeah. So I wrote 7 for his jar, and he wrote 3 for his jar, giving a total for 10 for his jar, and he will pull 4 prompts that will lead him to choose a book from his TBR. The same has been done for me.
Yeah. And here are said jars. All the prompts are in here. Okay.
I'm so excited.
I'll let you go first. I'm kind of nervous because usually it's like I finish a book and then I go, that one.
Okay, so I think we're probably both mood readers. He is not a DNFer. Hey.
Sorry.
We're both mood readers, and I tend to be the kind of mood reader who'll pick up a book, read a chapter, and be like, just kidding. Not for me.
That's not me.
That's not him. But he's still a mood reader, so
Yes.
he'll still be like, I finished a book. I'm about to end. What shall I read next?
Yeah.
I'm a chapter away.
I'll be like,
vibe.
this book made me feel this way. Do I want to keep feeling that way? Do I want to feel differently? This one.
So keeping that in mind, I actually gave you varied prompts that you could still do that with if you wanted to.
Cool.
I tried to give you that flexibility. Okay. Well, first one, I'm so curious. So you had a hard time coming up with these prompts.
I struggled, not gonna lie.
I did that.
I'm really hoping I understood the assignment because maybe these prompts are just terrible and we can't use them.
I don't know. I kept mine really simple. I wrote all of mine. We were texting last night and I probably in the span of 10 minutes had finished while we were talking about something.
I probably should have done that. But what was I doing? Scrolling on TikTok probably.
Ooh, okay, this is the thing.
Good.
Read a translated book.
Nice.
Okay. Do I have I don't know if I have anything translated that
Really? Translated by Megan McDowell.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Oh, that's mine. Thanks, though.
It's in my way. Okay, so I'm picking for Read a Translated Book, Mariana Enriquez's The Dangers of Smoking in Bed. It's a collection of short stories that I bought last summer because I was traveling and I wanted to read a short story a night. That never happened.
But the intentions were there.
The intentions were there, but it was shortlisted for the International Booker Prize. As you know, I tend to go there for my international inquiries just because I want to have a diverse set of books to look at. And I think Dakota Warren mentioned this a while ago.
I think she did.
And that's why I saw the cover and I said, oh, gotta get it.
The cover is gorgeous and the title is also really interesting.
Yes, and I love reading Latin American literature. That's what I studied in undergrad, so there we go.
There you go. Cool.
Okay, next one.
Oh no, I'm so nervous. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay to be nervous.
Okay. Let's see. Why would you do this to me?
That's the only bad one.
Thing
I think it's the only bad one.
I've ever seen. It says a book over 500 pages.
Oops. Don't cry.
How many you got?
I mean, you can cry if you need to.
Frantically trying to find a different one.
How long is...
I'm excited.
Andy Weir's. How long is part of...
Definitely more than 500.
That's the one I was thinking of. I wanted you to read it this month.
Okay. Oh?
That is devastating.
There's no way.
Because I did not check the page numbers, and it is
You're
476. I'm sorry.
So for this one,
Do I double check or?
I saw what number I was at.
All right.
So for this one, I'll be reading East of Eden by John Steinbeck. Am I disappointed? No. However, it might seem like that because I'm currently reading Pride and Prejudice.
It's long.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
And it's another classic, and I usually don't read them back to back. So I'll read Pride and Prejudice and maybe read something else that comes up from this jar, and then read John Steinbeck. But
you sound like you're on the verge of tears.
But
okay,
people in the comments have been raving about this book.
Truly, and I'm excited.
So I am excited. I
so
just can't believe that. None of my prompts were that mean, is all I'm gonna say.
I only had one mean prompt, and I truly did think that Project Hail Mary was on this, was more than 500 pages.
Maybe you do a little research.
Yes.
Okay, so...
I bet there is a copy somewhere that's more than 500 pages.
Oh, absolutely.
So maybe...
No, I own this one.
No, maybe just, count it? I don't know. Is that
no.
breaking the rules? We make the
rules.
rules.
I think it breaks the rules.
Okay, well, I made that prompt partly because Katie Coulson put together her top booktuber books of the 2023 by watching 713 booktuber wrap-ups from last year. So thank you for your service.
That's a lot.
And this was I think in the top 3 or something like that. The Project Hail Mary.
The book that you wanted me to read, not the book that I'm going to end up reading. I'm not upset about reading East of Eden. I am excited. It's just, I think I was so, the prompt was so abrasive for to be the first one that I picked up out of this jar.
That's true. But that's part of the fun.
I guess.
Boo.
If I knew we were going to be evil, I would have changed my prompts. Okay, second one.
Please don't be upset.
I'm not upset.
I'm kidding.
I'm chilling. Am I maybe a little spiteful?
I think if we ever do this again, I'm never going to see what's coming.
Good luck.
Okay. Read the next book in a series you left off. Interesting. Do I read series is the question.
I had one book in mind.
That was sinister. Don't you dare be upset about 500 pages and then make that face.
I feel like a Disney villain right now.
What book? What series am I reading?
Which one?
Oh, Okay, I'll get it.
You have it?
Yeah.
Oh, you do have it.
My niece let me borrow it. Thank you.
Oh, it's back here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The evil laugh. Okay.
This is exactly what I wanted it to be. I was like, maybe there's another series she's reading and I just don't know. Like Red Rising and stuff. I don't know if you have
I'm reading Red Rising, technically.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're choosing this one.
Yes. It's here. It's The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan from the Percy Jackson series. And I am actually really excited to read this. I think it'll be a good, fast middle grade book to read when I'm stressed. I think it'll be an enjoyable one. And I hear that the series gets better as it goes along,
Absolutely.
so I'm pumped. Hilarious that you made me do this, and I appreciate it.
Hey.
And I think so will other people in my life. So.
Yeah. For more context, I read the entirety of the Percy Jackson series at the end of 2023.
Have we not talked about this yet?
I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He loves Percy Jackson.
I love Greek mythology in general, and Percy Jackson. I didn't grow up reading the books. I saw the movies, which were eh. But then when I saw that they're making a show with Walker Scoble and all those other great actors, I was like, let me go ahead and check it out. So I read them all, loved them, and I truly think the series gets better as it goes on. So she read the first one around the same time and then stopped because she was doing other things.
True.
Understood. But I was like, I'm going to get you to read this series. So
that's fair.
One step at a time, and this is step 2.
And they did get renewed for a second season.
They did get renewed for
a
a second
season. So I have
season.
to read it anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
And now you gotta know. You'll be ready for when the second season comes out.
True.
Okay. Book by an author you've never read. Oh, that could be so many of these.
I try to I gave you a hard one and an easy one.
Okay.
Ooh, what is that?
Literally any of these. I think I'll do this one because this is one I want to read anyway. This is Minor Detail by
Adonia Shibley?
Let's go with that. I think. Minor Detail by Adonia Shibley, I want to say. So Adonia is a Palestinian author.
Oh, bet. I have heard, that's why I've heard of Minor Detail.
Yes, so I want to say it was Jack. Shout out to Jack Edwards. That recommended a decent amount of books by Palestinian authors. And this is, if you are Patrick Star and you live under a rock, Palestine is in the news.
Patrick Star? Is that a SpongeBob
reference?
Don't cut that out.
If you live under a rock, then I guess you don't know what's going on in the news. But what's happening right now is obviously something that is removed from me as a random American citizen, and in light of situations like these, it's so easy to feel small and helpless, and then you get to a point where you're like, well, I guess I can't do anything, so I guess I just keep going. And usually when I hit that place, I realize that the only thing I can do and control is how much I choose to learn about a specific subject. What better way to learn than from the people themselves that are a part of that culture, that live that life. So, all of that to say, that was really serious, that I'm trying to read more Palestinian literature.
I love the cover. It's a blurred out face that's
Yeah.
ripped through, and you can see, I don't know, desert or water?
Or water.
It's hard to tell.
It is hard to tell.
Black and
But
white.
I'm very excited.
I also, like, kind of harkening back to what you talked about in our Black Authors video, was I got to a point where I was learning a lot from my friends who are from the Middle East and specifically from Palestine. And I realized I was accidentally putting the burden on them to educate me when I should be educating myself. So I think that's really insightful to be like, yes, you can learn from your friends and build empathy by proximity, but it's also important to educate yourself.
So yeah, that's a minor detail, and I'll let you know how it is.
Okay.
That's a good prompt. That's good prompt.
It was just... Honestly, there's a better prompt in there for that book, and that's my bad. I should have stopped you, but it's good.
Oh well.
It's so good.
There's other ones on my
that.
virtual TBR that I could...
True.
Haha.
Ooh. Pick your poison, romance, or fantasy.
You
Let me see what I got going on
you
over
can do
here.
whatever with this.
Hold on.
I'm not trying to put you in a
I don't know
box.
why I left all my books so far away.
They're so far away.
I just read a fantasy.
You did.
Curses.
You know what else is fantasy?
Don't do it. No, I'm trying so hard. Okay, it's not that I don't want to read Fourth Wing. I'm at a place in my life where I do not have the capacity to read Fourth Wing.
You don't know that yet.
It's also romance and fantasy, so does it break the rule of the card?
No, because
It
it's
says
both.
or. It says or. You have not thwarted my plans.
Not yet.
True. How many did you prompt that could be Fourth Wing?
I don't remember.
It is your sole mission to get me to read Fourth Wing. I might, but I will return this to the library and figure out another way to read it. But this
Deckled
is...
edges.
I didn't even notice. It's In Memoriam by Alice Wynne. Let me just read the little blurb. A haunting virtuosic?
You got it.
Virtuosic? Virtuosic?
Virtuosic.
I've never said that word out loud.
I don't think I've ever seen that word. Anyway, continue.
I've heard virtuoso.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Okay.
Debut novel about... Oh, debut! I haven't even gotten to the plot.
What did you turn into? A debut.
About two young men who fall in love during a time of war. And it's set in World War I. They fell in love in the English countryside and basically had to go to war, and then one of them followed the other.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Hopefully I get to it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read it all.
TBRs are aspirational. We
You're
talked
right,
about this
you're
last
right,
time.
you're right. I just
Okay.
have such big dreams for myself.
It's good to have dreams. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Heard.
Anyway.
Your turn.
Just having a meltdown. I think every time I go to a prompt, it causes some kind of existential dread.
I'm fine.
And I'm sorry. Okay. This is my third one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is me.
Oh, you wrote this for yourself. Uh-huh.
A fantasy book on your TBR.
Oh, you have one.
I have one. Or do I have two?
I was gonna say, but I was like, maybe you won't remember. It's like when you're a little kid and your parents come to pick you up and they're talking with the other parents in the kitchen and
And
you're
you're
like,
like, as long as they don't know I'm here,
we'll never go home.
Never leave.
Don't
Yeah.
show yourself. You have to pee? Don't. You gotta get a drink of water? Don't.
Yeah,
You stay in the room and play.
Don't remind them of your presence.
Yeah, anyway.
So, if you haven't caught on, I have an agenda. And it was either to get Sierra to read Fourth Wing, because we have to read it at the same time, or to get her to read the next series, the next book in the Percy Jackson series.
And you've
I've already gotten one.
Yeah.
Do I get to win twice today? So if I choose Fourth Wing right now...
When did this become a competition? You want me to have to choose Fourth Wing, and that's twisted.
I think it's perfectly reasonable. I want you to make that decision for yourself. I'm choosing Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. I got this in our book haul video from Thrift Books, and it's been sitting on my shelf since then. And I know that there's another book that comes after it, which is called
Hellbent.
Hellbent.
It's the one with the bunny on it.
With the bunny on it, and I want to like, catch up in this series if it's going to continue. And I also know that it's kind of dark academia, and I've been missing that vibe.
Oh, that's fair.
So,
yeah.
That is going to go there. So, yeah.
Easy.
Easy.
All right. Hypothetically, my last one, maybe we'll add one more. I don't know.
For funsies.
Oh, this is a good prompt.
Nice.
And you failed.
Oh, well, not if we choose 5.
Okay, that's fair. Choose the oldest book on your TBR.
By publication date.
By publication date.
Yes. Not the one that's been on your list the longest. The one that's the oldest. So for me, it was probably... I'm reading it now, but it was probably Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice.
I'm grabbing my classics real quick just to see which one's the oldest.
Fair.
All right.
It's going to be okay.
Why did you do this to me?
I didn't know.
This is kind of fun, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
So it looks like we have a winner. I'm freaking reading Wuthering Heights.
Honestly, I'm excited for you to do this because I want to know if it's worth reading again.
That's fair. I did want to read it soon, and my mom actually wanted to read it sooner.
Okay.
Like, I was going to grab it for her to let her borrow it this week, but...
Well.
I'm reading it now. All right, cool.
Cool.
Yours?
I thought about doing that to you. Okay. This says Book of My Sierra's Choosing. I thought about doing the same thing.
Is this all I have to choose from?
No, you can look at my virtual. Some of the books back there are on my virtual.
Maybe I'll make him read The Tenant of Wildfell Hall.
That's
finally.
Wait. Listen.
You already have a Vic's classic.
Just remember what you've already done to me before you do this.
What? I've done nothing to you. One thing to you.
This was an
I've done one thing to him.
Look at this instead, please. I was so worried. Unless it's like Prophet Song.
Or like a map for the missing. Or...
I guess it is on my TBR now.
Pure Color you have done there?
I have, yeah. Pure Color's down here.
Or All the Lovers in the Night, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Because you've been talking about that for a long time.
I really want him to read The Tenant of Wildfell Hall.
Oh, The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. Oh, it's a Penguin Classic. Now that I have 2 Penguin Classics, I will say I am on a quest to gather more Penguin Classics. But...
How do you feel about a romance? Oh, sorry. I totally didn't realize you were talking. My brain was on a journey. Go ahead. Penguin Classics.
But with the caveat that I must read them. If I buy a Penguin Classic and it sits on my shelf for more than, I'll say, 3 months, then I have to read it. Because I don't want to just gather Penguin Classics, but they look so nice when they're on the shelf next to each other.
I like that.
Anyway, how would I feel about a romance?
Yeah.
Do you have a romance in mind, or you just... Okay. Okay. Are you saying
Literary
modern
fiction.
romance?
Modern
literary fiction.
Literary fiction.
Not because technically Love in the Town of Cholera is a romance.
Yes.
Technically Pride and Prejudice is a romance.
Yes. Technically, Tenant of Wildfell Hall is a romance.
Back off.
But it's not. It's not the one I'm gonna make. Don't slander Tenet. Okay.
No, I won't. I'm just saying it's the classics.
Yeah, you already have one big classic, so I'm gonna honor that.
To be fair, it's a game.
It's a game.
You
so
choose.
I might choose Alone with You in the Ether by Olive E. Blake.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have it?
No. You're gonna have to figure that one out.
That's fine. I'll get it.
Okay.
Okay.
So we decided to just stick to the 4, sticking to our plan.
Yeah.
Because honestly, months go by quickly. We're both traveling a lot at conferences.
Things are happening. Weddings. Yeah.
So we're gonna do those 4, and we're actually both reading books now. I'll make it my other one that I'm reading because I'm really excited about it. So, cut.
Oh no. With haste, Sierra, with haste. Welcome back.
I kind of...
Sierra ran
around the house.
Justifying that the book was already in the room with us.
And that's my bad.
Anyway, so instead of... Well, what did we say we're going to do? We're going to do...
we pulled 4. That was the plan.
Yes.
We somehow were like, maybe we'll pull another. We did not.
I'm not going to do that. Let's do a quick recap of what we actually have pulled. So, I'm going to try to do it in the order that I'm going to read them in. Because currently I'm reading Pride and Prejudice, which I'll talk about in a second. So, I think the first one I'm going to read is Minor Detail. Because it's short, and I want to kind of learn more about this topic now.
Yeah.
Minor Detail. I guess, I'll keep going. Then I'll do Ninth House by Lee Bardugo.
Heavy fantasy, easy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'll do East of Eden.
It's leaving a lot for the last minute of the month.
By John Steinbeck. And then I'll read All the Lovers in the Night. No. What book?
Alone with You in the Ether.
It starts with an A word.
By Olive E. Blake.
Alone with You in the Ether. There you go.
Okay.
Your turn.
You read really fast though. You read like what, 12 books last month?
A lot.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna do The Danger of Smoking in Bed Little by Little.
Okay,
so I'm gonna
that's fair.
read it
Short
throughout
stories.
the month. Like read a short story when I want something short and powerful.
Heard.
Okay. Let me think about the timeline of my life.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna read.
You're going on a trip this month, so think about that.
I think I'm gonna read Wuthering Heights next.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna read In Memoriam.
Okay.
Okay? I'm gonna read In Memoriam. And I think it's gonna be a good travel book. I think
agree.
it's gonna be enjoyable to travel with, so I'm gonna buy my own copy.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna read The Sea of Monsters.
Cool.
This might move up the list depending on how stressed I am.
That's fair, because it's very lighthearted. Like,
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's my list.
So the books we're currently reading.
He reads one book at a time. Very impressive.
Well, yes, unless it's... So I used to be one book at a time entirely.
He's changed.
Like, hands down.
Okay.
Now, this last month, I got to a point where I was reading 3 books at one time.
No way!
And I remember waking up one day and I was like,
You used to make fun of me so hard for having multiple books that I had open.
When you're young, you make mistakes.
We're the same age.
Anyway, so I ended up reading, like, what was I reading? The audiobook was one, where there was romantic comedy or reading Sweetgrass, and then I have Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, and then whatever book I was, like, reading as my, what's the word? Physical current read. So, for example, right now I'm reading Pride and Prejudice. I'm also currently reading Zen, and then if I find an audiobook, there'll be 3.
Nice.
So, Pride and Prejudice right now is the book I am, like, reading, and I honestly am enjoying it.
Yeah?
It's the Old English and, like, the syntax that they use that's a little, like, once my brain gets used to it, we'll be chilling, but I'm still, like, not in the headspace. But Jane Austen's funny.
Funny.
And no one told me that, which is making it a lot easier to get through.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, that's what I'm currently reading.
My mom and I were, like, watching a show called Sanditon.
Okay.
And it's Jane Austen's novel that was never finished before she passed away.
Oh.
And it's, like, based off of that. And I was watching a scene and I was like, I get what they're saying now. Like, reading it on the page is so confusing.
Yeah.
But they were interacting, the same words that, like, would be in a Jane Austen novel. But I was like, oh, that's so sassy, actually.
Yeah. A
like
lot of it is
out
sassy.
of pocket.
And if you're not in the headspace to understand the way they're talking, then it's just going to go right over your head.
Yes.
So
that's what... That's what I'm hoping I feel about Emily Bronte's book, is that I will feel, like, I didn't get it before because I wasn't reading it correctly. I was reading it like how old was I? Like 16 or 17-year-old who was like, but we don't speak like that, so how am I supposed to understand? Because we didn't explicitly go over that.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I understand it a little bit better.
Cool.
Okay, we'll see. What
are you currently reading?
I'm currently reading... Which one do I want to do first? Okay, I picked up this poetry collection last month, and partially because it was Black History Month, and I was like, I'm reading nothing. Let me at least pick up something smaller that I can digest from a Black author.
Nice.
Sophia Sinclair is a Jamaican writer who won the 2016 Whiting Award, and was also the Prairie Schooner Book Prize in Poetry.
Nice.
The writing is astounding.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, what did I write? Okay, so far this collection slows me down. So I want to read this collection slowly because the words on the page, the first read is like, what's going on? The second read is, what does this mean to me? And then the third read is how do these words work together? What is this communicating at a deeper level? What are the layers to this? And a fourth read will be more of that. I just haven't gotten there.
Okay.
So when I sit with a poem, I'm sitting with it for like 10 minutes of just
That's
rereading it.
good.
I'll give you a review later. Okay. Moving on.
What else are you reading, Sarah?
You're going to have to cut a lot of that. Sula by Toni Morrison. Wow. The writing is so good.
Wow.
I am halfway through. And some unhinged things happen.
That's how she is.
It's just like living your life and like smelling the flowers and you're like,
and
they're
then it's
dead.
like, bam. Yeah, no, every time.
And they're like, they're dead again. And you're like, Why are all these people dying?
Yeah.
Commentary, though. I don't think it's done for the plot of tragedy. It's just like you're living your life and it's like, here's this tragic thing that's happening. And sometimes it feels very out of place. And I think it's supposed to be jarring to help you self-reflect. So I'll see more and give you an actual review, but I think that the writing is brilliant.
Okay. For kicks and giggles, we're going to run through the rest of the prompts that are in here and see what could have happened.
Yeah, okay.
And maybe if we could think of a book like off the top of our head, we'll tell you what it would have been. You go.
Okay. A book by an author I've read before. I wrote that for myself.
Yeah.
I was like, why does this look familiar?
Why are you so concerned?
A book by an author that I've read before. I don't know. Go ahead.
Fair. All I wrote on this one was something Greek.
Oh, fair enough.
And
you have Mythos.
That was, to get me back into Mythos, which is a book that I left off on because at the time I was reading a lot of Greek retellings and I was like, I need a break.
Be superficial. Read the book with the prettiest cover. Is that not our brand? Okay.
I was really excited about that one. A nonfiction read. Good thing I'm done with those because I just
that was last book.
Just read a bunch of those.
A classic.
Oh.
That would have been Passing by Nella Larson.
Fair. This was the one I was giving myself. In order to read the book that I wanted to read this next month, it just says read a sci-fi. It was
supposed to be Project Hail Mary. You're supposed to read Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary.
I tried so hard and failed. I
tried for myself and failed. So.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be, anyway. I guess. A book I bought in another country.
That's
that could have been a bunch.
That's.
But I think that it would have been the one I showed earlier. This one.
Oh, a classic with a protagonist that has a different identity than you. Mm-hmm. Well, there's probably a lot of them.
Boo!
Oh, I did write that.
Read a thriller horror.
Yeah.
That would have been Misery.
Misery. Yep. Reread a favorite book. I thought about that.
We don't reread a lot.
No, but I do want to. And you guys are gonna think I'm insane, but I really want to reread A Little Life. Right. But if I actually chose this prompt, it probably would have been Open Water.
That was my guess. Okay. A book with pink on the cover. Oh, I like that.
Oh,
that could have been a lot of things. It could have been In Memoriam, which I'm reading anyway. There you go.
And then a book by a black author.
So that's why I was like, let me do the converse of that.
I probably would have gotten Another Country or another Toni Morrison.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's our TBR.
Yeah. Jar empty.
We did put Fourth Wing technically in our February TBR. It was never going to happen. I'm sorry.
Honestly, at the rate we're going, Fourth Wing might be 2025.
That's not true. I'm going to do my best.
Our new goal, for those of you that appreciate me, we're going to get Sierra to read a Fourth Wing soon.
I don't want them to battle in the comments, but I need you to also present arguments as to why I can wait.
Anyway, somehow we didn't get to this book in March.
Devastating.
Didn't get to Fourth Wing in March. I took so many L's today, but we bounced back. I
We'll
got 2 classics.
I think it's gonna be fine.
Guys, I'm chilling.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
No, I'm really excited about this month, and I hope that we're able to share our wrap up and that we read well this month, hopefully.
Yeah.
So
I guess we'll circle back at the end of this month and you'll see what we thought about these books.
All right.
That's how that works. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for stopping by. As always, if there's any of these books that you relate with in any way, let us know in the comments. That's our favorite part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.